Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Bite Me, and this is a vampiric rom-com. But these are real-life vampires. They're just people who drink blood. There's nothing supernatural about them. They live among us. And this is from director Meredith Edwards, who uses a very small budget and makes a pretty straightforward, narratively rom-com. It does deal in a lot of tropes. And Naomi McDougall Jones, who plays our main character Sarah, also wrote this film. And yeah, it pulls upon a lot of rom-coms, and you've seen a lot of these tropes and ideas thrown in here. What makes it a little interesting and weird is like this whole idea of like it's this real-life vampire who drinks blood to give herself energy, which helps with a condition that she's had her whole entire life, and she falls for the guy at the IRS who's investigating her church for tax evasion and trying to abolish their status as a house of worship and getting tax exemptions. And, you know, it's your ageless story of a vampire falling in love with a IRS agent. And it's one of those kind of things where it's just like, of course, it's strange opposites attract and they hate each other at first and they fall in love. It's the same kind of deal with like 99% of like Christmas rom-coms in that way. But, you know, the acting isn't gonna like be something to write home about. Isn't something where it's like it's gonna stick out that way. But I think that Jones and then Coulson, who plays this IRS agent, they do a fine job in the film. There's a lot of other characters to throw around as well in the film, including her fellow vampires, including like her roommates and stuff like that. You have Coulson's character, his roommate and like coworker who's like super religious, and that's something that the film deals with, is like commentary on tax exemption for religious bodies, but also like this demonic vampirism versus this like Christian values and stuff like that. And like it doesn't do it in a nuanced way or really interesting way, but it brings up those ideas and those concepts. And the dialogue is very and shaky and weird, and kind of takes you out of the film. And when it really comes down to it, despite the fact that there's all these weird characters, the vampire stuff, and that kind of just general creepiness, this is a pretty forgettable and very familiar kind of rom-com that hits a lot of the same beats. You know exactly where it's going to go. Nothing about it, though, really stuck out and made this be like, wow, this is a must-see romantic comedy. If you're not a huge fan of that genre, this isn't going to be the one to convert you. But in general, it has some of its creepier moments. It has this idea of vampires, but like in general, it is very much a romantic comedy, and it shows. But those are my thoughts on Bite Me. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.